All right, good morning. I feel like I haven't been on one of these for a little bit, so it's good to come back from ECC and get synced back up with you guys. Trying to force myself into more of the day-to-day stuff. So now that some of these events and some of the extracurricular things I've been working on is kind of slowed down. So um, ECC was awesome. It was great to see a lot of people in the community and stuff. So um, that was a good time. Brussels is a little jagged. Uh, it's a little rough around the edges, and I think next year they're gonna do it in like the south of France, which is like the actual opposite. I think it's like kind of turns people off, just of how expensive it is. So it's curious to see how they're moving and just like the layer twos that are. It's like everyone seems to have a layer two right now, and like they're fighting for usability. They're fighting for like a voice. And so it's just like it seems like the community is kind of fragmented at the moment. So hopefully, things come around. But good to see you guys. Very curious about this update and stuff. And yeah, you want to kick it off, Soph?
Okay, sure. So you guys all aware we launched Block Scout last week, right? So people has been using it for the weekend, and Monday there was a few issues, or at least missing features, I'd say, right? So have to triage and get all those features up and running, So one of them was so today in the previous Explorer, people was used to search for one address, and then they could access the account of that address on the Explorer, and then they could switch from ETH or one, right? Address format. So when the Blockscat was launched, you couldn't do that. So when you do the search and an address was never used before, um, the account page couldn't be shown. Okay, so that was a bit troublesome because lots of users use that toggle feature, right? If to one address format, and if there were no transactions on chain, Blockscout didn't show that address. Okay, so that has been fixed. Okay, the other one that we were talking about is the links that was being used by multiple dashboards developed by the community. Okay, including our stacking dashboard, right? Where the URL to access an account or to access a transaction was having a hash. Okay, so that has been fixed as well. They kind of changed the routing and you remove that hash whenever that was in the URL. Okay. The last item that we are still pending, okay, that's the staking informations that was being shown previously on the Explorer. So let's say if you remember when you were accessing the account page of on the Explorer, you could see the total stake and validators and all those stuff, right? So of course, we could try to replicate that on the Blockscout, but I think for me, no need to do that because we have the staking dashboard that has that already, right? The challenge here for the staking dashboard is that users usually need to manually enter an address and all those stuff before you can access that portfolio page. Okay, so I talked to Yuri to see if he can update the portfolio page so we can have a direct link with an address. And then I think just have a link from the Blockscout to that page, I think that would be enough for the users already. Okay, but Yuri was telling me he was busy right now, so he can't work on that yet. So let's see how that goes. Okay. What else? Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, working on the exploit for our land protocol. The incident happened 3 months ago, right? But we just got to know about it recently. Losses is about 10,000 USD, at least around 600,000 K, 600K one, okay, due to some bug with the V2 compound smart contract solutions, okay. Still working the details and with Casey for the announcements and everything, but most likely we have to kind of refund or at least supply the missing ones into that bucket if you want to relaunch it, because I think that's also the other question, Casey, right, is whether we want to keep that land service running. Okay, so the one I will leave it to you to talk to Stephen, to see if we want to keep it running, right? But if you want, there's two things we need to do, right? One is to supply to that market who was to have a total supply of 0, right? So that it's no longer empty. Okay, so the recommendation here is to have at least $100 of the token being supplied to that market, so that you can avoid that issue that happened. Okay, but to me, ideally, if you can upgrade to V3 compound, I think that would be better. Okay, so yeah. And then once that market is being fixed, we have to resupply the missing ones. Okay, so around 600,000 to 700,000 one. Yeah. Okay, so that would be my update.
Yeah, awesome. I definitely will get with Steven, and I appreciate you running the things on the Explorer too. So I'm victim of that. I use the one and the Ethereum prefix conversion on the Explorer all the time. So I'm glad that feature is back up. So guys.
Yeah. I'm still working on as we are working on, all of us working on HIP-32, one of the items was the stability of the network and the mainnet and the boot nodes issue, which I'm still working on it. After quick protocol removal, things look good after that, but again we had that restart issue, which we have. What the boot nodes are using already, they are using the main hotfix branch, which only changes that we have there is quick removal. After quick removal, things was good. We had another changes that was high watermark, and for the boot node 1, we changed it to 192, and for boot node 2 and 3, the high watermark is 900. That means these two nodes are able to accept 900 connection, or they have 900 connections on the DHT file. But again, we have that issue after we check the logs. Our seems a lot of issues with the Moxers, which is Yamax already, and this Moxer actually is the old version of 1, and we haven't upgraded it yet because all the mainnet are using the old version, and upgrading it means to upgrade the libp2p and the Golang and a couple of other things. So we have an upgrade. We tested with Mplex previously. We had a PR to support multiple Moxers, so we could use the Mplex and Yamax. Every time we switch to Mplex, things are good, and the issue are fixed. But the problem is Mplex is not supported anymore by the community, and so that wouldn't be a permanent solution. We have to use the Yamax still, and we have to find the issue for that. So I try to work around the parameters, flags, and try to reduce the number of the nodes, but it's the same. We don't have this issue on the boot nodes internet, which they are using the new version of it. But on the mainnet, because we have the upgrade issue, we don't want to bring the consensus down. We want to make it very smooth upgrade. And that's why we are very carefully changing any things on the P2P host. And we have to find out how we can upgrade without manipulating the network or without bringing the consensus down. And also in regard to the all the old validators, or let's say all the validators on the network are using the old version. About the quick protocol, later we can add it. Some blockchains are using it, some not. So if we get to the stable version of the bootnode, simply we can add it back again. As we know, the P2P always try use the TCP transporter by default, and then it uses the quick protocol. Rather than that, when this week I was a little bit working on the ETH call. I was checking the logic. I was checking the improvements that we can do on the ETH call. Still, there is a lot of rooms for improvement on the EVM side. One of them is this one. We had a complaint for one of the ETH calls. The team was working on it, and we figured out it is only for that specific smart contract. But I think rather than that, still a lot of things we can improve on the EVM side, while that's our EVM a little bit outdated. I fixed one of two issues, small issues on the swing thing as well. And I sent a PR, and rather than that, I'm creating another PR that update a few part of the code that we are using the deprecated library. So that would be my next PR. And after that, we need to figure out current bootnode issue stabilities and how to fix it. Yeah, that's my update.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Constantine?
Hi, team. When I updated Golang to 1.21, I faced it with the issue that it was generating different hashes for the Genesis block, for the same Genesis block, different hashes. Problem was in Golang. It's kind of like a feature of Golang 1.21, so it's security feature, but it was a problem for us. So I started to using not same curve for hotels. I started using same dots on this curve. But later on, I found that even dots are constant right now, they're incorrect, and it was not this dot that we are using on 9.19. So I got exactly those dots and applied it to our curve, and right now it seems like okay. It passed all tests, and our test we are expecting the same hash, not like actions that some balance increased or whatever, but they were expecting that it was a block with the same hash, exact hash. So anyway, it passed, and it seems like okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Do we have a test case in regard of that hash? Can we have got that hash in one of the test case so that if inadvertently someone do something in reverse those code that you did or try to upgrade and there's something wrong, right? I want to make sure that those unit tests, at least the hash is always the same, We had something around that as well at one point on the RPC where the hash has been generated for the if side was different. I don't think we ever write the test for that yet as well, you know. So I just want to make sure we don't run into those kind of issue again, you know.
So rather than that, that generate key, I double checked that part of code. I'm not sure which part of the code we are expecting that generate key creating this same hash always for us, but because seems like some of the functions are unused function and some others are just creating the random keys. And I asked this also in the Discord group. I couldn't find any place in the code that this affect mainnet because there is no place that we expect that the generate key creates the same hash for us. So
I don't have the technical detail, to be honest, right? To me, I'm more concerned about the expected result in terms of test. Okay, so whether there is something that is supposed to change, whether there is not, right? Thing is, when Konstantin did his first attempt of the Go upgrade, right, there was a hash difference, right? And I just want to make sure that we don't inadvertently, right, in the future, run into an issue where the hash that's been generated is different. That's what I want to avoid. Whatever code has been produced, right, I don't care. To me, at the end, is what is the expectation of how the protocol should work. That's what I'm more concerned about. You know, at least when the code is whatever code is written, if the expected behavior is what we expect, then we should be good to go. You know, so yeah.
About your concern, Sof, you're right. But if something doesn't affect the testnet or mainnet, I mean, 90% of your concern is good to go. I mean, we don't have any concern for that. This is mostly seems about the local net, and about the local net also we need to double check because this local net is working like for a few years. I don't know if suddenly it creates a different hash or something like that. But for the mainnet, I don't think that has any issue.
Okay, may I continue? Problem here was that even we were passing same, for example, same input anywhere in tests, it was producing different dots on the curve. Right now, I'm exactly putting same dots on the curve, so there is no way how it can be different.
Okay, but that's after you the updated code, right? So
yes, and it's only affects local net and tests.
Okay, sure. So to me, I would be more in ease of mind, right? If you have that. So not talking about Genesis only, right? Because though guys, you mentioned about that in LocalNet, but what I was worried is that if you were to install that faulty code, I won't say faulty, right? But that code that was generating different hash, if you were to use that in mainnet, right? What would be the impact? Would that generate different hash as well? And then at that point of time, that node would be forked, you know? So like Konstantin says, right? Whatever input that we use, we want to make sure that whatever Go version that we use in the future, we always have the same output, the same hash.
So the Genesis block is hard coded in the code, so I don't think this generate key any effect on that. Yeah.
No, that's actually it doesn't matter because it affects transactions when you sign transactions, but you sign transaction by yourself. So even if it would be different for you, it doesn't matter for us. For blockchain, it will check transaction, check its sign, and it will be correct. So there is no problem. Okay. Next, I finalized Watchdog with Ulat. I need it for to check sign power and connections count. I have PRs that modifies this, and so I'm going to check this in today's. Actually, that's all.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Konstantin.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it. If anyone has anything else to add, go ahead. But hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you very much, Messi. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you very much,
Goodbye.
guys. Yeah.
Bye.